Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Michelle Fondant and I'm the author of Twin Flame Romance, The Journey to Unconditional Love. I'm also the author of Twin Flame Union, The 7 Keys to a Healthy Twin Flame Journey. All of my books are available in paperback Kindle and Audible books. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you for subscribing below. Click on the bell, scroll up to all for all notifications, and thank you for giving the video a thumbs up. I do tarot readings, 30, 60, and 90-minute readings, twin flame romance, general readings, life path and purpose. You can book that at my website, michellefondantauthor.com. Welcome to Twin Flame Guidance, where I guide you on a twin flame topic. And today's topic is, why does a twin flame runner run? I'm going to give you 5 reasons why the twin flame runner runs. So if you are interested in that topic, do stay tuned. Reason number 1, the other twin flame is not yet awakened. You might have had a twin flame ignition. You might have had the twin flame heart chakra activation. You might have had a fast and furious relationship with your twin flame, but the twin flame ran. Typically, but not always, this is the divine masculine twin flame who runs like the wind. And you might be wondering, why did they run when we were getting to know each other, having such an amazing time, and there was all of this instant love and connection between us? Why in the world would they run? Well, as you know, the twin flame connection is extremely strong, right? It's very, very strong. And the unawakened twin doesn't understand the nature of the connection. The unawakened twin often mistakes the strong chemistry and the fast and furious relationship, whether it was platonic or sexual or an actual relationship, they often mistake it for just chemistry. So if they are unawakened, especially as a divine masculine, most oftentimes those divine masculines are men. Not always, but most often those divine masculines are men. I would say 90% based on the polls that I've done on my channel. And if they are men, if they are divine masculines in particular, they have a tendency to mistake the strong spiritual connection for very strong chemistry or a sexual connection. And so since they are unawakened, they are unable to differentiate between the two. And sometimes divine feminines are also unable to differentiate between the two. They know that they're really attracted to their twin flame. They know that the chemistry is intense, but oftentimes they don't really understand that this is a spiritual connection first and foremost. Reason number 2, the other twin flame, notably the divine feminine, is coming on too strong. The energy is way too strong. Now we're talking about push energy. We're talking about that forward moving momentum energy, also known as yang energy, if you will. And oftentimes the divine feminine, who usually happens to be the more awakened one of the two twins, not always, but usually, the more awakened of the two twins has a tendency to get lost in the emotions of the connection, especially in the beginning or perhaps the first year of the connection. And when that happens, they have this enormous ball of energy that is moving toward the divine masculine. This can happen in the 3D world, so physically, like where you're constantly trying to reach out, call them, text them, go and see them, comment on their social media. And so there's just this enormous presence that you are just penetrating their energy field at all times. And this can come energetically, and this can come in the 5D. So as I mentioned, the twin flame connection is extremely intense. It's like a big fire burning. And just imagine if there were flames from a fire coming towards you. You would run away, wouldn't you? If there were these like big flames of a fire just moving toward you, coming toward you, and you were afraid you were going to get burned. So if your energy as a twin flame is overbearing for the divine counterpart, then they are apt to run away from that energy. Number 3, the polarities are the same, meaning there is no polar opposite attraction. This usually happens when both twin flames are in their yang energy or both twin flames are in their yin energy. So yang meaning masculine, yin meaning feminine. Now, like a magnet that needs to have the polar ends, the polar opposite ends that attract to one another, if you turn those magnets around and try to push them together, right? Or turn one magnet around rather, it's mostly like turning one around. You turn one of those magnets around and you try to push them together, no matter how hard you try to push those magnets together, they will repel each other. And so if you are in your yin energy and your divine masculine is in his yin energy, and you're both like sitting back waiting for the other to make a move, or you're sitting back relaxing and doing your own thing, then those energies are not going to attract because it's the same energy. Now, that's often not the case. The case that usually takes place in a twin flame connection where one person happens to be running is the energies are both yang. They're both yang energy and very strong. And so the masculine energy is yang, the feminine energy is yang, and it's just not happening. It's supposed to be a yin-yang connection. And so often when you see both operating in yang, it's just like those magnets that repel one another. It'll almost be like the stronger magnet is going to make the other person run. Does that make sense? So often you will see a lot of conflict when both parties in the twin flame connection are both in the masculine or the yang energy. You'll see conflict. So just like those magnets that try to come together, but then they repel each other, you might see like just a lot of conflict happening. And again, the stronger energy is going to repel the less strong energy. But if they're the same energies, they're never going to come together because it's too much, it's too intense. It's not going to attract the other. They're going to continually repel one another. And so it's almost like if both of you are chasing, one person's going to run. You can't both be chasing at the same time. You can't both be in this overbearing energy at the same time. You can't be in your wounding at the same time. It doesn't quite work like that because it's such a strong connection. Number 4 really does tie into number 3, where I mentioned that sometimes if you are in the same polarity, you're going to have conflict between the two of you. And so the one who gets the most triggered in the twin flame connection, usually the runner, will run. The one who sees the conflicts, sees the problems, or sees their own inner wounding in the other person, then they are going to run like the wind. So for example, if your wounding is that your father was unfaithful in the marriage to your mother, and if you see your twin flame flirting with a lot of people, then you are likely to run away as you get triggered from that unfaithfulness, right? If your twin flame sees in you behaviors, for example, that remind him or her of a past lover, of a mother, of a best friend who really got on their nerves, then they are likely to be the runner at that moment. So the triggers that happen to help heal you are the reasons why one or the other will tend to run, because it becomes very uncomfortable. Especially if the twin is unawakened, it's very hard to handle those triggers, because oftentimes you don't understand why you're getting triggered and you really think it's the other person, your divine counterpart, when in reality, it's just a reminder of some wounding from the past, or even wounding from a past life. Number 5, put quite simply, and this one came directly from my twin flame, they're not ready. They are not ready. The reason why they may not be ready are a number of reasons. Again, their spiritual awakening may have been delayed or come a lot later than the first twin flame that was awakened. That could be it. It could be that their inner wounding is not healed yet. It could be that they have not transcended their ego yet. It could be that they have karmic ties to another person or people, plural, or a situation that they need to work out and work through before they are free to come toward their divine counterparts. And lastly, it could be divine timing that is at work, divine timing that is at play. And intuitively, the twin flame runner intuitively knows that it's not time. Now, why might it not be time? It might not be time for simple reasons that we don't understand, just divine reasons that we do not understand. But another reason might be that you, as a twin flame, not the runner, haven't been doing your work that you need to do. So either you are resisting the next level of your spiritual development, that you have failed to tie up karmic ties with karmic people and situations in your life, or that you've refused to change and transform old habits, patterns, or get rid of the wounding by working through those deep-seated emotions that you need to do. And since you are so connected to your twin flame, intuitively, your twin flame, the runner in this case, will know that it's not quite time because you haven't been working through that. So there are many reasons why the twin flame divine counterpart might not be ready, but exploring those and not taking it personally when the twin flame runner runs would be really helpful to you on your journey. Now, finally, what I want to talk about is, what do you do with a twin flame runner? First of all, don't chase. Don't chase at all, because anything that you chase will elude you. And chasing comes in all forms, right? It comes in forms of pursuing them in the physical in any way, shape, or form. And it could be energetic chasing, and it could be 5D chasing, where you're hoping, praying, begging in the 5D for your twin flame to come back to you. And secondly, bless them as they run. Like, bless them as they run. Allow them the freedom to run. Allow them to be their own person, to be independent as a 3D unit from you, and allow them to explore their life, explore their wounds, explore their spiritual awakening on their own. And those really are the best ways that you can cope with a twin flame runner, so that you're not exacerbating it or prolonging the cycle. And last but not least, if you do find that your twin flame runner is just constantly running and you've exhausted all other possibilities, then it might be time to look at yourself and your own energy, and perhaps some of those things that we talked about that you haven't yet healed. And maybe it's none of the above, right? Maybe you have done all your healing. Maybe you've been actively working through your karmic ties and your old habits and patterns and wounding. Maybe you've done all the things that you can do. And I would just say, if that is the case, then sometimes it's just divine timing at work, and there's really nothing you can do to control that. So I hope this was helpful, Twin Flame. I want to thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for subscribing to my channel below. Click on the bell, scroll up to all for all notifications. And thank you for giving the video a thumbs up. Thank you for sharing this video with other Twin Flames. And thank you so much for your support of my YouTube channel. You can buy one of my 11 published books on Amazon. You can join a Twin Flame bootcamp or meditation course, all online, on demand. And we also have group coaching. All the links are below. And I will see you in the next video.